Hi guys, it's Dr. Stokes at Doc Mom MD, and today, as part of my discussion, I wanted to talk with you all about what to do if your doctor does not listen. So I'm finishing up my day here in the office, and one of the things that I usually will hear from parents is, if they have a question or a concern, they'll say things like, "Oh, I'm just so glad someone finally heard me," or "I was trying to say this at the last visit, but I just didn't feel like I got the response that I wanted." So I just wanted to see if I could share some things with you that might actually help you and your family to get the results or at least the response that you are needing. So the first thing is, make sure when you come to see your doctor, specifically if there are certain symptoms or signs that you've been concerned about, try to write them down. Keep a little note, whether it's in your phone or on a little sheet of paper. If you have to bring somebody else has to bring your child to the office, make sure that they actually bring those things with you so that they will actually know what to say. A lot of times parents will try to convey things to us and then they can't remember, or things come up after the visit, and that just delays care. So if you can have that written down and to be clear from the very beginning, that makes it a little bit easier. The second thing is actually thinking about what is it that you're concerned about. So if there are certain signs and symptoms, then you want to be able to say, "This is what I'm concerned about, which is why I'm bringing this up." Often I'll see parents get so worked up about some things that I may think is insignificant. But if there may be something else that is underlying that increases the level of concern. For example, I'll have a kid who has a tiny little discoloration in the skin, and then the parent may say, "Oh, I'm just really worried that it might be melanoma." And so then that explains the level of uncertainty and the level of frustration when another doctor is like, "Oh, it's just increased pigment from an old scar." So if you think about those things earlier on and be transparent with your physician, a lot of times you'll get results. The third thing is being really clear as to what has been tried before, what hasn't worked, or what you think may work. Now, clearly, you're at the doctor so that we can tell you what is going on. But we like to be really clear up front of what has been tried, so we don't end up giving you the same thing, or we don't give you something that may not be the right treatment for it. If you let us know ahead of time what you tried, or maybe what even worked in the past that was good, that also can help you to have care earlier on so you don't have as much to worry about. If you can talk with your doctor very openly, then you're in a great position. So number 4 is making sure you have the appropriate rapport with your provider. If you don't feel like you can talk to your provider, or you feel like you're constantly being blown off, then you might want to consider whether or not that is the best choice for you. A lot of times with your primary care provider, there's a lot of discussion, a lot of back and forth when we're trying to figure out what the best course of action is. And a lot of times we know our primary care people. That's a little bit easier to make that choice if you're not seeing a specialist. A specialist, for example, on the pediatric side, there may only be one specialist in your particular area that can see you. So what you want to do is make sure that you're very clear as to what you need so that you don't disrupt that rapport with your specialist. They may not talk with you for 20, 30 minutes as you would when you come to your primary care doctor. But as long as you are very concise, it will actually let them know how to be able to serve you better. So I'm hoping that just these few tips help you out to know how you can easily talk with your provider, how you can get a good response to what it is that you're concerned about, and so that you can feel like you're heard. There's nothing that makes me feel better than when a parent comes back and says, "Oh, Dr. Stokes, this really worked," or "As soon as I tried what you said, I got relief in so many number of days." That makes me feel like what we are doing is working. On the other side of it, if I have someone who says, "I tried that, but that didn't work very well," I'd like for you to be honest. Let me know as a provider so that we can be able to come to a better resolution together. So talking well with your provider, making sure that you all have a good relationship with each other is paramount for the ultimate care of your child. specifically in pediatrics. There's so much that we do that is about reassurance and making parents feel comfortable. A lot of times kids get better without us doing anything. So having that great rapport is what you need when you're picking your provider. I would love for you to be able to come see me in the Atlanta area. You can check the bio for more details on that. And I would also love for you to follow me on my social media platforms at DocMomMD on Instagram and Dr. Tashana Stokes on YouTube and Facebook. Have a great day.